Welcome along here to Wakefield Park in a very cold and windy day in Wellington. My name's Craig Crawford, happy to bring you this Central League fixture between Waterside Karori and Napier City Rovers. The players will be struggling to keep warm out there and will be keen to get this game underway with some fierce southerly wind probably coming right across the park here at Wakefield. Just recently been moved from Karori Park, where the game was due to be played on the number 2 pitch. The number 1 pitch out for the season, getting some gravel drainage put in it. So probably quite an easy decision to move it here. And here is our visiting side. Head coach there, Bill Robinson, also the commercial manager for the club. He's been around football for a good while. And very proud of his side that made the National League last year, the only sort of provincial side to get in there. Players to look out for. We've got James Hoyle, of course, 150 caps, and also leading goal scorer for Dairy Coffee, a Man City Academy player out of the US college. So yeah, Dairy Coffee there will be one to look out for, no doubt. But it's got a familiar look about it, this side, from last season. A few players coming in, a few players stepping up. George Andrew, one of those players who's come up from the reserves and got a steady spot in the lineup. In the home side, Waterside Karori. Well, they're on a still in the cup, of course. They'll head down to maybe similar conditions next weekend to face Roslyn Walkery in Dunedin. The side's been well led by Harry Footley, a Mount Cook primary school teacher, and his 75th appearance for the club, along with Lewis Miller. Both those players are knocking up 75 appearances in this Sam Morrissey coach side. Sam spent plenty of time with the Waterside Karori women's team, and he's in his first season taking the men's team, along with his responsibilities as a technical director. And it looks like we've got a pretty low sort of trajectory at the game today, staying out of the wind there, cameraman. And, I think in these conditions there's obviously another game being moved here, and we're underway with Cameron Groshaw, the Christchurch-based referee, in charge today. And these sides have had a good battle over the last couple of years. Of course, it was Napier City Rovers who took the 4th spot last year, and that's where they currently sit in the Central League. Waterside Karori missing out by 2 points for getting in the National League last year. Well, they are in 6th place. So expect a good tight tussle out here, as both teams will be trying to navigate these conditions. Looks like we're going to have a couple of dead spots here to contend with. These dugouts in the way, but it might, I think that wind is coming straight across the field, and both those flags are indicating that. The corner flags are blowing straight across, so Napier is trying to find their way down that right-hand side. Last time out, both these sides having wins last weekend. There was a Waterside Karori had a good win against 8th placed Stop Out, 4-1. While Napier City Rovers picked up a 3-1 victory against Miramar, currently placed 7th. Finn Diamond getting the ball forward. Attempt at flick on there from George Akers. His first season here with Waterside Karori. Saw him in the Miramar team last year. Now here he is, battling away. Everything very tight at the moment. George Akers is the leading goal scorer for Waterside Karori currently. A few hardy souls around the fence here, out watching live, but I'm sure a few of you have made the sensible decision to join us here on this coverage. Definitely good to be warm and dry and watching some football today. Well, first free kick from being spotted by referee Groscore. Plenty of other fixtures around the National League today, of course. I imagine a few in pretty miserable conditions. We had one last night where Selwyn United in the Southern League picked up a 3-2 victory at the bottom of the table clash. Look at that bend around. Easy for the goalkeeper there, Zachary Dean. He'll be heading back to the US soon. He'll be involved in the US college system. Come Napier trying to find Stefan Karjonovic, the Canadian Serb. So in his first season here with Napier City Rovers in the number 19 shirt. Early kick-off today, we had Dunedin City Royals hosting the undefeated Christchurch United in the Southern League. Christchurch being 1-0 up currently. Everything, all the play stuck to this near-sided touchline. And ball swirling around there, giving Thomas Alvarado a good battle there to get the ball under control. Leonardo Villa out to Alvarado, cuts inside one, tries to just get the ball across with his left peg there, but well cut out in the end by the Napier City defence. That was a corner out here to put it straight into the wind. See what the wind's going to do this one. Up it goes, curls in, and out for another corner. And it goes, not going near post, and he squeezes in. Napier get this away, they have. Alvarado trying to get it. He'll press. Working hard to get it out of the... Nice tricky play in there. Very composed, nice work to get the ball. Out of there, I think that was James Hoyle. Who showed all the class there to work the ball up the field. The Napier City Rovers throw. Of course, they were celebrating their 50th season this year. Had some good celebrations in around that Easter time, I understand. Napier now looking to get things started, but nothing there, and Albertini will take the throw. Well laid up, and Villa sends it through. Alvarado not able to get onto that. Plenty of numbers in there from Waterside Karori. Launch forward. And that wind, anything in the air, has just been whipped across the park. Flicked on. Napier just not able to get the connections to move the ball forward just yet. No real either side not being able to get anything going as they settle to combat these conditions. Oh, a floating ball across there, absolutely took off this artificial pitch here at Wakefield. Anything chipped in the air is going to be a real challenge for the sides to bring under. Launched forward, and again, anything in the wind, it's going to gain a few knots and provide a real challenge for the player on the end of it. Back to Mason, launches it forward. Got a good piece of that one, but this touch line, the right hand touch line for Napier City Rovers, is getting all the ball. Nice drive through there from Luca Barclay. Butler with the throw. One by Emerson. Still Emerson. Just catching him there, and we'll have another foul. Might need some attention. Villa there just getting caught. My goodness, it must be cold there on that sideline. Someone better be getting a round of coffees in for the brave spectators here today. Barclay with the ball. First real shot of the game, but not on target. One high, wide, and on the road, I'd suggest. Oscar Mason, I think, is about a 50th appearance for the young keeper. It's a good piece of that. Well won by Connor Butler. Stowe getting it forward. Corf to McNamara. Drives into the box. Looks like we might have our first corner here for Napier City Rovers. Driving run in there from Jonathan McNamara. Who looks to be taking this one. Whipped into the near post. Doe sending it forward. Free kick for Karori. Taken by keeper Dean. Here comes Stowe. Little 1-2 in there. Lewis Miller there trying to battle away for Waterside Karori. Up and there it goes, and surprised to see that one stay in, but it has. Miller with a great ball in, but not contested by his teammates. Up it goes. Nice work in there from Karavanovic. McNamara down the left-hand side. Can't get past, and looks like a foul being called by referee Grushko. Well, I think all these spectators are going to need a second jacket for the second half. Brought down well by Butler. Launched forward. Mason doing well. Good pressure. Back to Mason from Hoyle. Aikens clips it forward. Long range effort here. And a decent one too, but didn't quite dip in time to be relevant. And what a catch! The wayward umbrella there. And Leonardo Villa pulling off the great umbrella rescue there. He'll be used to these conditions. Coaches, he's a junior coach here at Island Bay. So their home grounds, I'm pretty sure. There's Oscar Mason tries to get the ball to stay still so he can get it forward. Forward it goes. McNamara working hard in there. It's out. And we'll start with a Connor Butler throw here. Another player who coaches and around the junior ranks at Waterside Karori. Karavanovic trying to get that one down and get a decent chance on for the home side. Derek Korf not able to find a way through. Well, it continues to be a challenge for both sides to great illustration of the wind there. That throw in curling its way around, but Korf just trying to dribble his way around, but out come Karori. Akers can't keep it. Down goes Emerson. Let's see. Referee wants it taken in the right place. Hit it away. Here comes Korf with a bit of space, bit of opportunity to strike one from a fair distance out. Well struck, but couldn't find the target there. We've stopped for a bit. All eyes across to the referee. And then we're just allowing a ball across the park. I'll be busy today, no doubt. Got a game on the neighbouring field. So football must go on. All weathers. I'm sure the World Cup will be in action and testing those all sides out. And Napier just not linking together. Doe winning the header in there. Tahi Doe in number 7 for Napier City Rovers, player of the year last year. Aaron is only in his first season with the club. And here he is again to McNamara. Forward it goes to Korf, I think it is. Gets inside the 18-yard line looking for an opportunity to shoot, but the defence collapses on him. And an opportunity's taken away. Wow, McNamara shrugging his shoulders at that missed opportunity. Nice little interchange in here from Waterside Karori players. Pass well kept in by Alvarado, but maybe not. The linesman picking the ball up, picking up that the ball had gone out. Down goes Lewis Miller. Oh, just got a flailing kick. He's as they battled for the ball in these close quarters. Napier gonna have to get a reporter in on these dugouts. Let me know what's going on. A pitch side reporter will be very handy at I don't imagine anyone will be putting their hand up for it. A little foot in there from Alvarado. And this familiar position of a throw in on this near-sided touchline. And we're going to have another one. Butler. Forward to Alvarado. Works hard to get a corner. And he's done it. Well, the last few corners haven't got past the near post into this strong wind. Leonardo Villa on the ball now this time. Left foot. Expect some near post movement from the attacking side. There's plenty of blue shirts there. And it goes, but and it has gone far post. Well connected with. It's going to fall in the middle, bouncing around, and two goes at it for Oscar Mason. Done well there to defend that corner. McNamara sends it forward. Lack there on the ball, move it forward. And a crossfield pass. Unable to connect. A forward run from Thomas Alvarado. Scored 5 goals in his last 3 games, so expect him to be in and around the opportunities. Forward from Villa. Alvarado's going to chase it. Mason pleading with that ball to go out. And he's managed to put the ball off. Alvarado. Alvarado sat out last week's game. He picked up his 5th yellow of the competition and had to have a service suspension there. So he'll be extra hungry after a week off. Ball in from Diamond. And the cross cut out. And we'll have a corner for Waterside Karori. In the far corner there with the wind now. Got George Akers on the ball. Left-footed corner. 3 Waterside Karori attackers into it. Goes to Alvarado. Pops it in. Well defended in the end from Napier City. A well-worked corner from Waterside Karori. There's been an equaliser down in Dunedin. 1-1 now in the second half at Logan Park. Another artificial surface down there. Clipton is drifting tantalisingly close there from Leonardo Villa, the Argentine, looking to use his local knowledge there. Well, there's a few other games to be looked forward to here. Miramar Rangers will be hosting Western Suburbs, and up in Wanganui, the Athletic will be hosting Stop Out later on this afternoon in this Central League, as well as the Phoenix hosting North Wellington. Petone will host Wellington Olympic to round out this week 17 of the Central League. Well, great turn in there from Akers, but couldn't find the space to get a shot off. Here come Napier trying to work their way forward. A composure here from Akins. Here comes Emerson driving, but well defended from Hito on the ball. Out to number 20, Christian Leopard. On the left-hand side, he's not seen much of the ball today. McNamara on the ball. Battling around this touchline in the visual shadow of the dugout. Well, those sponsors will be getting a good amount of coverage today. Which is a bit unfortunate for the Waterside Karori home side today, playing at this obviously Wellington Olympic ground. Wellington Olympic will be playing away at Petone today. 3:30 kickoff. I'll be hoping the conditions are a bit kinder as the afternoon Emerson with a throw. Finds McNamara. The left foot. Cross does not go far. Alvarado into Villa. Back to Alvarado. Absolutely bowled over. And yes, not surprised to see the card going in the way there of Jack Albertini, 19-year-old in his first season from Havelock North. That's the first card of the game. Lewis Miller here on the ball. Paperwork completed by referee Cameron Grosco. Well, maybe they just can't get the ball to sit still. This is where we need the pitch-like reporter to let us know what's going on. And it goes into the box, headed square, thrashed it. Well, a decent effort there. It looked like the ball fell to Ben Lack after the initial head back. You'd see with the replay here, swirled in. It was Akers who got it back onto the chest of Lack, who thrashed it wide. Now it's goalkeeper Oscar Mason struggling to get that ball to sit still. Forward it goes. Helped on. It's returned with interest. There's Alvarado, but his touches let him down a wee bit. Might have been an offside. Yes, it is an offside call, but it's play on. Down the side goes Coyle. Korf. Patiently working his way across the top. Well, it seemed quite an odd strike there from Cameron Emerson. Didn't really see what happened with it. But it's Napier who are going to have the throw here. Doe. It was launched in and swirl around. McNamara's there with Dean. And Dean's the one who's come up with it. A couple of bit of verbal there. By the looks of it, McNamara's still getting amongst it. Calm down and play on, says referee Grosco. Bit of a tangle up, but nothing seen there. Villa. Launched forward. And safely tucked away. Referee wanting to remind Jonathan McNamara about his responsibilities on the pitch. Play football. Leave me to do the referee work. Good strong. Reprimand there. See if that will be taken in as the game progresses. Butler with a throw. Hoyle. Out and over. Well covered. Great tackle in there from the Waterside Karori player. Alvarado skips round one. Akers battles away. Comes up short. Oh my goodness, I lost track of the ball there for a moment. It was a play on the second field there, and there's another card come out by the looks from pointed in the direction of Derry Korf. Didn't see what was going on there. Maybe the patience of the referee have been worn thin there by the battle between these two close rivals. Launched forward into the 18-yard box. Struck well by Villa, but not getting beyond the defence. McNamara, but a foul has been spotted. And this could be quite a dangerous area to whip something in here for Waterside Karori. Get this one up in the wind and it could really give keeper Oscar Mason some challenges, especially if he's got a few Waterside Karori players charging down on him. And it goes in his direction, off the upright. Well, I don't think... oh, there's a decent ball in from Barclay. Waterside can't capitalise. Here's a wee opportunity. All sorts of communication issues going on there. Keeper and defending colliding. The opportunity for a long range shot is taken, but they couldn't get it on target. It was a very brave Zachary Dean who came out, headed that one. Once again, we're waiting possibly just for the ball to sit still. Well, as we come up to the... Here's a nice run here from Emerton. As charges down this right-hand side, looking to get the ball across, but it's some desperate defending in there. By Jack Albertini, who stopped. Stopped the forward run from Cameron Emerton, and well, it looks like just good, clean defending ball and all tackle. Just as Cameron Emerton was about to deliver the ball in. He's off the park. I'm sure they can carry on. He wants to get involved though. Good opportunity here. Lumps into contention. The ball swung in. That's around. Where's it going to land? It's back out and clipped in and scored. Well, the corner taker, number 20 by the looks of it, Stefan Karionovic, took the corner, came in, popped out, just to the drove in, first touch, swung it in and found the side netting on the far post. And you can see what it means there. Coach Bill Robinson absolutely delighted with his... Actually, it might have been Christian Leopard in the number 20 shirt who got that one in. I beg your pardon. The left-footed player has been a quiet half with the ball predominantly down the right-hand side of Napier City Rovers. What a sweet strike by the number 20 to put Napier 1-0 up in the 40th minute of this very windy fixture. Long throw. Doe up well. But a hit of tennis. McNamara is up, wins it, and picks up a free kick as he ends up on the ground. Well, McNamara and Grishko seem to be in a pretty consistent conversation with each other. Emerton gives the ball away. Doe promotes the ball forward. Pressure goes on the Waterside Karori defence. Cleared by Dean. Ball just nipped away from Tay there. And entrepreneurial effort from Napier. Never looked close. Ball's got forward to Emerton. Gets around one. Tries to slide the ball across and has a second opportunity at it. We can't find a teammate there. Doe spins around one. Forward come Waterside Karori, but under position for Napier for the moment. Headed forward and easy through to Zachary Dean. Crossfield ball, Leopards there for Napier. Good pressure here from the Rovers. Game's finding itself a bit more space now. Tay. Passes starting to connect for Karori, but the whistle's gone. And that wind just seems to be picking up. I'm a bit surprised the ball from the game next door hasn't made it onto this side of the pitch. It's obviously a good high standard over there. Oh, Mason's got the ball to sit still, launches it forward. McNamara. There's Korf. Winning a free kick. A dangerous area here. Could be right down the barrel of the wind. If this is your range, you'd have a crack from here. There's no doubt the wind is going to contribute. And it's Korf on the ball. He's gone for it. They can't get it over. Under the bar. No. Time's all up. There must be into additional time here, and I think there might be quite a bit of it, as we've spent many moments waiting for the ball to be returned from over the fence. Well, let's hope there is a coffee van nearby for these hearty spectators to go and get warm during the upcoming break. McNamara shoveling it forward. It's Karavanovic putting the pressure on, tirelessly working up there. Nice turn and forward ball. Is there anybody there? No, keepers come out. Got a good bit of it there to Oscar Mason. Emerson intercepting, working his way across to McNamara. Out to Leopard. No, it's not Leopard. It would suggest a Christian Leopard on his left foot would have whipped that one in a bit earlier, but must have been Derek Korf, who's been able to win a corner late in this first half. They've gone for a short. In it goes. Well defended. It doesn't take much for that clearance to head the ball out. Cameron Emerton there working on his juggling record. I think he got 10. McNamara trying to find Karavanovic. Out the wind. Sweeping that one away. We're back into this familiar throw-ins down the near side touchline. Launch forward and out from Waterside Karori. Villa couldn't keep it in. Long ball. Pressure on from Akers. Albertini with a throw. And the referee brings this half to an end as all the players will make a quick exit to the changing rooms. Try to get a bit warmer. I'm sure the spectators will be heading for the coffee cart as we'll get ready for these not many highlights in this game, but we've got one goal to Napier City Rovers in a half dominated by the wind, and Waterside Karori tended to have quite a bit of the position. And my goodness, you see that dugout there as the players moved off it. The wind just about picking it up and over the fence. And here are the highlights from the half, and there was that great catch of the umbrella early on. Villa trying to use his local experience to curl one in. This one was up and off, maybe the crossbar or the upright, but here was the corner that came back out to Christian Leopard, struck it sweetly with the left foot, and straight back to halfway in the celebrations for the Napier City Rovers visiting side. Didn't have a lot of the ball. The sideline definitely dominated position as both sides battle against the elements here. But join us in for the second half in 15 or so minutes here at Wakefield Park, as we hope the wind will die down and let some football take place.
The fern is a symbolic representation for all New Zealanders and has been reimagined to represent all of football in Aotearoa, New Zealand. A circular shape not only symbolises the round ball used by all those that play the game, but also, and more importantly, represents the strength and infinite connection created by all those that play a part of the game. With each piece of the fern recognising and acknowledging those that make the beautiful game beautiful. The stalk represents our grassroots, our communities, our clubs, our volunteers and our fans. They are the foundation and are at the centre of all we do. The pinna represents our federations across the whole of New Zealand. Our federations guide and protect our clubs and communities, allowing everyone to be heard, to be represented and provide guidance and opportunities at every pathway. One brand identity with regional differentiation. Federations in New Zealand football working together to serve our communities, creating more than a game, creating a sporting whānau where everyone is welcome.
We believe in supporting and nurturing our extended sporting whānau, working towards promoting a healthy group activity that kids, parents and friends love. We want everyone to feel invited. It is in our DNA.
Welcome back to the windy Wakefield Park here for this Central League fixture between Waterside Karori and Napier City Rovers. I'm sure maybe the towels might have even come out at half time. Probably a bit of thermal insulation being put on to get through this second half for both sides. I can tell you that the other earlier kick-off in the Southern League, Christchurch United came back to win that one 3-1 down at Logan Park in Dunedin. I'm sure they've got similar sort of conditions. Let's hope all the ball boys have been able to find the balls as they scattered themselves along this near side touchline regularly in that first half. It's Napier City Rovers who hold the advantage through the Christian Leopard left foot goal on the 40th minute. We might see quite a bit more of the ball now that the changed ends. More. Everyone was ready except for Jonathan McNamara. Let's have another go. Away we go. Emerton straight out here towards Leopard. And have we got another umbrella? No, it's that ball from the other field, which we expected to see a bit more in the first half, but here's Jonathan McNamara. He's able to get it across the field. Easily cut out. Or the Waterside Karori players. Akers trying to find himself some space. Doe switching out through to Korf. Keeps the ball well. Out to Hoyle. Launches it forward. And ultimately out. At halfway. Doe getting it forward to McNamara with some go forward position. Search ball forward through. Can they get it square? Here goes Korf. Getting on his right foot. Now on his left. Cuts in, out. Thundered up. And Zacharadine relieved to see that ball, his initial save going in the air and on top of the crossbar. Well, it was a decent effort there from Derry Korf, the Man City Academy player via the US college system, leading goal scorer here for Napier City Rovers this season so far. McNamara bends one in. Great touch here from George Andrew. Found himself in a good bit of space and just wanted his left foot to wrap around that one. But was unable to do so. Akers is tripping over the ball there and getting it back. Opportunity to get his left foot involved. Or a slip. What might be a bit of a greasy surface. Right over rim. Racing coming out well. Akers, here's an opportunity. It's ballooned. Looked to be from Tomas Alvarado. Sniffed an opportunity, but ultimately ballooned and became easy for Oscar Mason via a defender's foot. Emerton, unfortunately, getting it forward and but collecting his own ball. Akers turning, not connecting. Doe spins, chips it forward. Tay's there to pick it up. Spreads it out to the left, and it goes to Villa. Villa can't connect his teammate there, and back it goes to Mason. Once again, the ball's caught by the wind. Akers, Doe's there to pick it up off his toes. Emerton under pressure. Back to Leopard. Leopard into Doe there, but Leopard. Akers getting it across, but not far enough. Karori trying to string a few passes together here now. Nope, not enough people in the Napier City Rovers box at the moment. Swirling around, lifting, just about lifting it up over the fence. Akers on the ball, trying to thread the ball through in the direction of Alvarado. Desperate tap in there. Emerton slows things down. Ball forward. Korf doing well to retain position in there. Arms out, looking for a decision, and it's come from the referee, having to explain his actions. Looks like the player's making his way to the sideline for some reason. Well, not quite sure what's going on there. But a dangerous free kick in here for Napier City Rovers to get it into the box. It's up and under. Leopard's on it. Puts it back up there. Hit it around. Squared into the 6-yard box. Fortunate for Waterside Karori there to fall to a defender. And away they come. Alvarado, one-on-one. Spins, gets the better of Andrew. Andrew recovers, slows him down. And Andrew doing very well for his side there to slow Thomas Alvarado and squash the opportunity. Waterside Karori hidden to the sideline before. I'm not sure, quite sure it was a. Oh no, there he is. He's getting some treatment. He is physio. Well, apologies, just lost this there for a wee moment as we tried to sort some technical issues out. Here come Waterside Karori trying to get the ball back under control. Here they do through Napier City Rovers with some go forward. Well, just possessed there from the Waterside Karori defence. So can they find the space they need to work with? But no, not at this stage. Decent ball down the line, but it's gone out. Not sure if our injured player might have got back on the field now. I think there's no. And it's Oscar Mason who's happy to see it under control. Now to Hoyle. A bit of space. Looks for Sir. Ball forward. Sending Lippert into the corner. I dare say he was wanting that ball a bit more central, but the wind influencing things, continues to influence things out here at Wakefield Park. Lippert with the wind in the head, gets it back. The foot chips in. Not too many there, but it was Derry Korf, who's now on the deck, who pleads for some sort of infringement, but so far no decision. Big ball forward, and it is Korf still on the deck on the 18-yard line. And let's see what happened here. It was a through ball from Lippert, and referee Cameron Grushko was right there, and as was his old mate Jonathan McNamara, who gave his opinion on the event, as is James Hoyle. It looks to just be a clearance that Korf collided with. And he's back up and running now. And he'll need to go to the sideline to re-enter the field upon the referee's instruction. And we'll be back underway. Decent throw. Alvarado giving chase, but well defended by Hoyle. Great body position in there from the experienced 150 cap man. Played in the old National League, the ISPS Honda, the likes of Hawke's Bay, Waibot, and maybe even Team Wellington at one stage, or Hamilton Wanderers, I think it might have been. Clever little back heel to try to find Lippert. There's an infringement spotted by Grushko. And crossfield ball in. Alvarado takes a touch, immediately under pressure. Recycles through Tay. Tay, good ball forward, but went for the return didn't quite get to him. Here's McNamara for Napier City Rovers. Nice ball forward for Karavanovic. And up and out for Napier City Rovers. Korf to take the track. No. He'll give it off to Albertini. There's a ball in the box for Korf. Tries to spin and collect, maybe just earned a corner. He has. Just off Connor Butler there. It'll be Leopard's left foot to drift this one in. Floats it up. McNamara is waiting well out the back to pick that one up. Nice driven ball in. Tay, what a crucial little intercept there for him. Waterside Karori with another opportunity to clear, but Napier City Rovers came again, and here they go. On to stack up another attack. Well cleared. By Waterside Karori. Hoyle with the throw. Hoyle. Defence back for Waterside. McNamara. Searching ball forward, got it to Karavanovic. On his right foot, chips inside, gets a strike on. Well defended in there from Caden Akins. 2019 Chatham Cup winner. And we have a whistle for an offside. Forward it goes. Drifts dangerously. Just a wee touch here. Oh, desperate stuff here from Waterside Karori. McNamara pleading his innocence there. But that ball just drifted in dangerously. And here it is, the replay. It's Karavanovic who had the opportunity to flick on and then try to get his way through. And it was that little bit of contact there from McNamara as he tried to get the ball under control and no doubt get a shot on target. But young Zachary Dean was all at sea there, struggling with the floating ball in. Oh, that wasn't still as it floated in. Well worked forward from Floaty, but Akers couldn't get there. Harry Floaty with the throw. There's an opportunity for Karori in the box. Cut it back. Hands are up, pleading for a goal kick, and that's the way it's been seen. You do gain a sense of if the likes of Thomas Alvarado can get himself into a spot, he's going to have a crack, as will George Akers. Plenty of firepower up there. And there's a wee change. Seth Ward comes onto the field. The US College player just returned to join this Waterside Karori lineup a couple of weeks ago. A software engineer. And looks like he'll take up a right-sided midfield role. Replace Connor Butler. It's Napier trying to work across, but they will end up with a corner. And this will be, no doubt, a Christian Leopard special with the left foot. Whipped in with the aid of the wind. If Napier can get a few bodies in here. Here it comes. Right into the 6-yard box. Let it go. McNamara. Couldn't keep it in either. Now, Lewis Miller there unable to keep it down. Tay with a clever little foot on, but it's spun across, and McNamara was there. Here's a second shot, and it's gone in. Well, the celebrations are that for Napier City Rovers number 5, Jack Albertini. The first chance falling to McNamara, and it seemed like the keeper and Luca Barclay had done enough, but the clearance fell to Albertini, who snuck it in at the far post to give the visiting side a 2-0 advantage here in the 67th minute. Well, the opportunities have been steadily coming for this Napier City Rovers side. I'm sure Coach Sam Morrissey, the Waterside Karori coach, will be wanting better from his side as they head into crucial cup fixture next weekend in the quarterfinals of the Chatham Cup down in Dunedin against Rovers Rockery. I do say if they'll be playing that one, I imagine if it's as wet down there, which I understand it is, will be on artificial as well. Here's an opportunity for Alvarado, but great defending from the keeper, and it's gone from one keeper to the other. Mason all the way down to Dean. And then we've got a second ball on the pitch. Which one's the right one? Well, we'll get to restart this one with a drop ball. Then we're back underway. Launched forward. Akers getting a wee nod on it. Alvarado won't fall to him. And the sideline again winning the race here on this near side. Leopard. Well, into that little Bermuda triangle of an area which no one can see. A free kick is given. Launched forward by Lack for Satay. Villa, out it goes to the left-hand side. Well worked forward at the moment from Waterside Karori. Well, intercepted there by Leopard by the looks of it. Forward it goes. And of course, out it goes once that wind gets involved. A well-exercised linesman today. Leopard. Back to Hoyle. Hoyle launches it forward. Very frustrating playing conditions here. 20 minutes to the remaining in this one. Napier City might think they've got it all done, but I can tell you Waterside Karori will not give up. And here's Tay on the halfway line. Crosses. Sends it out to the left. Down it goes to Alvarado. Little 1-2. Retains position well. Tay. Bit of continuity here of position. Flicked forward. Here's an opportunity as the ball bounces round, but there's plenty of Napier defenders there to clear it. And Napier City throw in will eventuate. We might just be waiting for a sub here. Not ready yet. Leopard. Forward to McNamara. Not one, but it's launched forward. Hoyle returns it. Surely the wind's going to grab that, and it has. Leopard. Flicks it forward. Great turn here from Korf. Can he get his shot on target? No. Got himself in a bit of space on that left side, on his left foot. But couldn't wrap it around. And the keeper needed a ball, but got two. Well, the opportunities keep coming for Napier City Rovers, which Coach Bill Robinson will be more than happy with. He's got himself on the card again today. But I dare say he'll be quite keen to keep himself inside a puffer jacket. All right, we change here. So it's for Waterside Karori. Haven't quite seen. It's number 11, Stefan Cordwell, who's going to come on. And it was Thomas Alvarado, who couldn't find his way into a striking position today. So, no doubt, Coach Morrissey just making some change to see if he can get his side back into some opportunities and get themselves back in this game. Some go forward, Leopard, left foot, clips it in. It's got it stick to McNamara, back to goal. He's able to pivot and turn and get a shot on. And drew a good save out of Zachary Dean. Well, it was a nonchalant little cross from Leopard, who found McNamara, who did well there to pivot and get a shot on target. There'll be Leopard to get this one into the 6-yard box. He's trying to float it in. And Waterside Karori dealing well with that one. Day floating off. Tay winning the ball back and getting some go forward. Hoyle got in the way of that one. McNamara back into Doe, sorry. And Doe just collected there. It looked like Emerson then clattered into Baram Tay when it's the first offence. And Hoyle will first of all try to get that ball to sit still before he delivers a high ball. One that's ultimately going to drift up and out. That wind might have just picked up as he kicked it. It certainly sounds like it, and judging by some of the Hardy supporters there, there's their hoods, hats, flow of the wind. Here come Emerton. Emerton floats it forward to McNamara and the flag's gone up. Safely taken by Dean. And Emerton just grabbing a shirt. Well, 58-kilometre winds I hear down up in Wellington at the moment. So that's quite some pace on the old breeze there. No wonder the ball is flying across the park. Well, that long-range shot actually might not be a bad tactic for Napier City Rovers here. I'm sure that keep one on target could drift in and provide a lot of quite a challenge actually for the keeper. Robinson just imploring his players to get forward. He wants to see all the football on his left down in the attacking half, and most of it has been this half. Waterside Karori had plenty of go forward in the first half. Well, we're waiting on something off camera here. Might have another umbrella flying across the pitch. No, it's the linesman and referee just having a conversation with Zachary Dean, or maybe just checking the net maybe. Oscar Mason down the other end now. We'll get us started with a goal kick. Hoyle. Flicked on. And cleared. Leopard with the throw. Nice work in there from Jack Parker. Number 12 shirt must have come on at some stage. Flick forward, nice little ball forward through. Got an opportunity to square it in. And oh, goodness me, that was the defender wouldn't have known much about that one as it was flicked back towards him. And Oscar Mason quite happy to see that one fly over his crossbar. So Jack Parker, ex-Havelock North player, does some junior coaching for Waterside Karori, is out there. Currently at the far post, it's swung in. And what an opportunity there for Waterside Karori. Oscar Mason seeing the ball just slip through his hands. fell in a great position there for Waterside Karori to capitalise on, but it agonisingly wide. And the score remained 2-0 to Napier City Rovers as we head into the last 10 minutes. Parker in the ball through forward, and I'm bending my neck trying to see around the dugout there, fruitless as it may be. Well up and won by Lack. And hard goes Korf. Andrew sends it forward down the right hand side. Keepers come well, using his whole area. Great work in there from Doe to get possession. He had no right to get that, but worked very hard. Now the ball's with Leopard. Back with Waterside Karori. Day. Just a wee nudge there from Cordwell. Hoyle will launch this forward. Once he can get it to sit still, here it goes. Flicked on by Emerton, but not past the defence. Tay, square he goes. Villa swinging it in, and unfortunately too strong. The passes have really got to be to feet under these conditions. As it appears that wind might be even picking up even more. And Oscar Mason can't get that ball to sit still. Here he's done it. Launches it forward. Up and out it goes. Leopard will have another throw. Well, quite a blower whistle there from referee Groscarl. Might be someone on the deck. That's outside of our line of sight. As the players gather and no doubt offer some advice. Free kick for Napier City Rovers here. So might be a player there getting some attention. I didn't see a card come out, but looks like the referee may have put a note in his book. Forward it goes. High, up and under. With the wind winning that one. Leopard. Got to Korf there. Just feeling the touch and going down with it. this little position here. Be tough to keep this one down. Had a shot in the first half, probably not from quite this angle. Drives it, and the Englishman probably not quite used to the conditions here. You kick a ball into a southerly, it usually goes up, and so it did. Well, here's an opportunity, caught beavering round, trying to put the pressure on Albertini at Waterside Karori. Able to move it out. It's returned, and Dean doing well with some safe hands. Tay. And it comes to Cordwell. Looking for opportunities. Goes for the flick. Gets it to Faultley. Here's McNamara. So we're finding some space in between the lines there quite regularly as Jonathan McNamara. So he's been able to get the ball and start some go forward. And Karavanovic is slipping over there. Korf. Good retention in here. Karavanovic out to the midfield. Well cut out from Lack. Into Tay. Tay back on the ball. Punches a fine ball. There's Brahanu Tay. Hasn't lost the ball much today. And here's a great opportunity on the left foot, on the right foot, sorry. And really wish we could see what was going on in there. And it becomes easy for Oscar Mason. Well, it was Stefan Cordwell, the personal trainer, who got through and had an opportunity. Well, Cameron Groscor doesn't want two balls on the pitch and definitely doesn't want one in the goal. Could create all sorts of confusion. Parker launching it forward for Waterside Karori. And Doe just launching it forward, hoping for something, but nothing happening. Here's Faultley. Hoyle is slowing things down. Robinson looks at his watch, knows there's not much left in this. No doubt there will be some additional time. A couple of medical events and obviously plenty of time fetching the ball. Emerton just wanted to get it forward. Captain Faultley launches it forward into space. Cordwell drives it into the penalty spot. And well cleared from the Napier City defence. Parker into Cordwell. Hoyle keeping it in and earning a throw in deep in the defensive half for Napier City Rovers as they wait for this clock to tick away. And an infringement there spotted by the referee. No doubt James Hoyle, who works for one of the club sponsors, Dave Geary Painters, will take this. No, it's Oscar Mason. He's going to come around and whip that up and ultimately out, as we've seen so many times today. Nice touch, should go forward there from Caldwell. Ward putting pressure on the keeper, but to no avail. Here comes Tay. Spreads it out. Gets it up to Caldwell. Flicks it on. And was just collected as on the way through by Hoyle, I think it was. Everything forward now for Waterside Karori as they seek a bit of a consolation or maybe even just a wee sniff of redemption here. Napier. Here we go. Lewis Villa. Great ball in, and shall we say well saved there? Yes. Well saved by Oscar Mason. It was a delightful ball in, and all it needed was a wee bit of a change of direction. Tay sends it out down the left. Forward it goes, into the box. An opportunity here for, was it Seth Ward? It was a delightful ball in. Just not connected with Diamond, getting forward. Well cut out here and delivered out towards Leopard, but too much pace on it. We're into the additional time. Look, Villa sends it forward. Big curling delivery. It's found its mark. It's Harry Flutley. Got to get it in, but easily dealt with by the young but experienced Oscar Mason. Floats around, well cleared. Flutley sends it forward. But the wind just helping the ball over, much to the relief of James Hoyle. He'll be in no hurry to take this throw. Well intercepted here by Emerson. Emerson driving forward. Off he goes, going to get a shot on. The keeper's out well. Gets a wee piece of it. It's squared in and looks like McNamara's going to tuck it away from a yard. And we look over to search for a linesman's decision. The referee and assistant official are going to have a collab here. And it's a goal. A third one for Napier City Rovers. It was Emerson who got through and chucked it in, and the easiest of finishes there for Jonathan McNamara. A great surging run from Cameron Emerson to make it 3 for the Napier City Rovers in the dying stages of this match. Well, I don't think there was much to collab about there from the officials. Zachary Deed definitely came out and made Emerson work hard for it. But he kept his feet, spun around and was able to get it to McNamara. And they've really tidied this game up well, have Napier City Rovers. Caldwell. Is it a long range effort? Mason gave a big dive. But happy to see as it went past him, it also went past the goal. Well, forward it goes. Waterside Karori going to have to regroup themselves for a big Chatham Cup fixture next week down in Dunedin. As they're not going to get anything out of this game. And Napier City Rovers will head north triumphantly and very happy with themselves after collecting these 3 points on the road, which are going to put them into a good position on the Central League table. They're currently sitting 1 point behind Western Suburbs, 7 points behind the Phoenix, and it might just bring National League football back to Blue Water Stadium for the summer. And there it is, huge cheer from the boys in blue. Absolutely delighted with that result. And we'll also be delighted to hear the final whistle and get themselves in and out of this rain and wind. And we'll just have a look back at those 3 occasions where Napier City Rovers put themselves ahead of the home side, Waterside Karori. There's the first half where Christian Leopard's corner made its way back out to him. He just strode in, whipped it back into the far post, and goal was scored. There's McNamara who contested, and it fell the way of Jack Albertini, who steered it in to make it 2. And really that was the nail. But Cameron Emerson driving forward, then cleverly spun the ball back into Jonathan McNamara, whose effort all day was a challenge for Waterside Karori to contain. Tapped away the easiest one to make it 3 for Napier City Rovers. And no doubt 3 points and maybe just a wee surge up the table for the Napier side, and maybe just another 3 points closer to National League representation from a club celebrating its 50th year. And no doubt will be more than pleased with this result. Well, Bill Robinson and his team. Waterside Karori, well, they go on next week to play in the Chatham Cup against Dunedin, in Dunedin, against Roslyn Wakari. And they'll need to just regroup, get themselves together, and hope that the conditions are a bit more conducive to football. Well, it's been Craig Crawford here bringing you this game from Wakefield Park. And look forward to catching up with you in a few weeks for another game. But make sure you tune in for plenty more games here from the New Zealand Football National League in the future.